An opinion piece in a major medical journal arguing that in some cases, parents of extremely obese children should lose custody of their kids if they don't control their weight. It's reportedly already happened a few times in the United States. Now the authors of the commentary in the American Medical Association journal say temporarily putting obese children in foster care is in some cases more ethical than performing obesity surgery on them. Critics say doing that places too much blame on the parents, and that obese children are the victims of advertising, marketing, peer pressure, and bullying, things parents cannot necessarily control.
Sparking outrage today after it suggests ripping severely obese kids out of their parents' arms and into protective custody, claiming it's the ethical thing to do. John Stossel is here. Should folks out there with, shall we say, husky kids be locking their doors and keeping the kids away from the guy? What was it, like Chitty Chitty Bang Bang? Remember the movie Chitty Chitty Bang Bang? The guy was coming around trying to get the kids.
No,
they shouldn't be that. People shouldn't be that panicked, though. Shouldn't be that worried.
Well, the nanny state keeps growing. You know, it's not the best word because we like nannies. Nannies are taking care of a kid or two, and if they're not good, you can fire the nanny.
But you can fire the nanny.
That's right.
But
you can't fire the government.
You can't fire the government,
right?
Has
guns, and they do what they want. And you know, this came from the New England Journal of Medicine. I used to revere these medical journals.
Yeah.
Like, this is the top. And then my brother, who sometimes writes for them, said, you know, most of what we publish turns out to be wrong several years from now, and they've been captured by the ultra-left. I mean, the Journal of the American Medical Association fights for more gun control. The New England Journal wants single-payer health care. Now they're going to take these overweight kids. Government, I mean, you're right. The case you showed me, a 400-pound kid whose life was at risk. Maybe in a few cases like that, you need to step in. But, boy, it should be rare because government doesn't do it well.
Well, you know what the case is where, to be fair, though, I mean, the Journal of American Medical Association, in this particular case, it seems like it's a thought process from a doctor or thought-provoking piece. Maybe we should think about this. Maybe we should consider it. And it's exactly what we're doing right now. And in that particular case, the doctor said, look, there are cases of child abuse where protective services come in, and this could be a case of child abuse. If you allow a kid to be 400 pounds, maybe the parents are abusing that kid, or at least not providing enough care to say, you should eat that, you shouldn't eat that, you should be careful. A child doesn't know any better, and if the parents aren't doing that, then that might be considered abuse.
Fair enough. And this child almost died, and that's certainly a sign of abuse, though now the parents supposedly have a wake-up call. I don't know if that's true, but when government steps in, what do you do with the kid? They go into foster care. Foster care
is a disaster in and of itself.
One more of those. This government solution is going to be great. It turns out, you know, there are some heroic foster parents, but there are lots of deaths, lots of people who do it for the money, and lots of the kids do worse in foster care.
You know, you and I talk about this often, about Americans needing to be saved from themselves oftentimes. And the problem with that is you assume that the Americans are short-sighted. They're thinking about this generation, a lot of that, you know, with natural resources or with pollution. I think that happens all the time. But then the assumption is the government knows better. The government knows the best solution when the Americans don't. And I don't think that's right either.
Well, we assume that they're smart people, that the people who aren't paying attention aren't going to make the best decisions. But so what? We are supposed to be free individuals who run our own lives and raise our own children, and we should have to be caught doing something really threatening to somebody else before government steps in and messes with that.
All right, John.